Hey everyone! Well, as I mentioned on the community tab, I would have done a video on Echo yesterday, but there was a wireless outage, so I had to push that back to another time and refocus my energy into other projects that I'll be talking about in a bit. So to start us off, a gaming vlog on topics standing out at me and also the he what I've currently been playing starts off. Won't be going into too much detail about the situation at Bungie or at Creative Assembly at the stage, but I am monitoring the situation just as an aside, so let's get started. Starting off well, on the Switch front, the last couple course are part of like the Booster Course Passing Arcade Deluxe will be coming this week. I'll definitely talk about it when it does. And all of the tracks in both the Acorn Cup and the Spiny Cup once I've had a chance to try them all, and also some new characters that's making their return. I'm actually most excited to give Funky Kong a try. And I can already hear like the funky fugue in my head, as I have many times before. I've also have been making good on my intent to play more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to its Teal Mask expansion, to work on clearing that before the Discos Live next month. Specifically, working on clearing story content and the Blood Moon Ursaluna mission as well. Team Decal Bun Collection, of course, still back in my rotation, and with especially I end up playing the Manhattan Project again, and for next video I'm going to be working on so yet another NES title will be off the list again. There's that. And of course, Sonic Origins Plus, specifically going through more of Sonic CD for the video I teased earlier in the year about that. One favorite 6CD game, just got my nose put out for that. So my intent is to have that out ready to post on the 30th anniversary of the game's actual release, which incidentally will be on Thanksgiving Day. Imagine that. That's something to be thankful for. In a bit of more of an odd occurrence, it seems that a DLC cosmetic like Batsuit centered around the hit motion picture of the Batman and was temporarily available in the Epic Games PC version of Arkham Knight, and then later removed long afterwards. While the exact reasoning has not yet been mentioned, it's safe to suggest that it was originally meant for the initial release before the game was delayed to later in the year, as well as the Nintendo Switch version. Though, most likely when it's actually supposed to launch, the suit will be available to download on not only those versions, but also previous releases as well, which should make a nice segue to talk about stuff on the PlayStation front. With a thumbnail, the complimentary games in the Essential tier, which will be going live on Tuesday, have been revealed, and there have been some mixed reactions towards them, but I'll be wanting to play them all to be certain. The games in question are Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, Dragon Ball The Breakers, and Aliens Fireteam Elite. None of these are exactly the best ones ever. I gather Fireteam Elite launched in a pretty buggy state, as did the Definitive Edition Mafia 2, but I will be willing to give them a go, since I think there have been some fixes implemented, and heck, it wouldn't be the first time I've streamed a game a multiplayer title that would end up being somewhat buggy, hence that Predator Hunting Grounds clip I shared a little while ago, which had my avatar being headless, textureless, and T-posing throughout the remainder of the match. I still cannot believe that happened. As you can see by my streams, I have been playing quite a bit of like the 2019 remake Resident Evil 2, who really focusing on Claire's scenario this time around. So I have not played that one in this version as much as Leon's, and managed to clear here the orphanage. It's both with Claire as well as trying to elude Irons as Sherry. And I won't get into too much detail, but while Irons was not someone to trifle with in the original game, I would argue he's even spookier in this version. I've also managed to start making my way through the sewers, and now I'm going to be working on the chess puzzle, so where apparently the people behind the power like chess so much they made their fuses shaped like several pieces on the chessboard. I mean, oh, you gotta love the logic of the RE puzzles sometimes. Yeah. I've also taken advantage of some game trials about ones I've been told about. One of them I do agree with the search behind, the other I'm also mixed on. I mean, positive first with Sifu, who by Slow Clap, which is a unique take on both the beat 'em up and the martial arts revenge story, in the sense that every time you respawn, you age another year in your journey, which has unique elements to the gameplay, I would say, and it's definitely, while it may seem simple on the surface, it's recalling like the Final Fantasy Street Race, don't be fooled. It's definitely not like you can just mash your buttons all the way through. You have to really learn how to use certain combos, and how to play each encounter, and also how to time your specials correctly as well. I mean, eventually it's going to reach the end of the road. And also, I will say that the usual tutorial prologue, which I've come to prefer over the previous Force tutorial method where they weave it in the story, we actually did some interesting things by making you play not as the protagonist you end up being, but someone else. I won't go into all the minutiae, but I appreciate that touch quite a bit. Yeah. Okay, so one I have a bit more mixed feelings towards is Evil West, which is a game that attempts to combine elements of westerns with horror, science fiction, and even a few Souls-like gameplay elements. I mean, well, the presentation of it looks great, even on my system. I personally, it often comes off to me at least, like if Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare, if it got a fraction of the time and money that Rockstar North has access to. I mean, since it feels a bit unrefined and unpolished in a gameplay department to me, at least. I mean, just where, I guess, as it's just personal feeling though, and even the execution of the idea, I personally feel that Weird West, which has some of the premise of combining westerns with supernatural or horror and anachronisms, was more interesting at least. I mean, but that's nothing too major. I definitely intend to get the full game of Sifu while it's still on sale. There's even a version which has a bit more content than the base game, which costs less than the base game's being charged for, which is always nice. I like it when it happens sometimes. Anyway, that'll be all for now, and I will see you all again soon as I try to adjust to this time change. I mean, once again, and the It's been in times of change, have been held up a bit, but beyond that, I'll manage. I'll be off now, so take care, everyone.